Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here representing my country, India, and more specifically my state, the youngest state in India today, Telangana. Let me start first by mentioning a bit about my state. We are the newest state, as I've just mentioned, the 29th state in India, which has come into being about 2 years ago. I'm proud to share with you that within a short span of these 2 years, the state has made rapid strides of progress in economic and infrastructure growth and is growing today at more than 16%, which is almost double the rate at which India is growing. Under our new industrial policy, which makes time-bound clearances within 15 days a right for the investor, has set new benchmark in transparency and efficiency. And we have till date, in the last 12 months, accorded more than 2,500 clearances, and more than half of these units that we've issued clearances to are in commercial production stage. I may add that you as an investing company need not seek a clearance if you would like to do business in Telangana. We allow for what is called self-certification. You can come hit the ground running in Telangana. Obviously, for regulatory purposes, you'll need to apply through an online application form. And when we receive your application online, we take 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, to process your application. Now, for those of you who are thinking, we've heard this before, single windows, time-bound clearances, how is Telangana any different? We are different. In fact, if we don't deliver on the promise of 2 weeks and clearances in 2 weeks, 3 things happen. One, on the 16th day after receiving your application, if you don't hear back from us, it's a deemed approval. It's an approval by default. Second thing that happens is, as a state, if we don't deliver on the 15-day promise, we are liable for penal action. You can sue us. And the third thing that happens is, our bureaucrats who are responsible for clearances, if they don't deliver on the promise, even they are liable for a penalty of rupees 1,000 per day. I shared this with KPMG Global Chairman, John Y. Meyer, 2015, May, when I was here. I told him no other state in India offers this. He looked at me, he smiled, and he said, no other state in the United States also offers you this. So you might as well say this is one of the best policies in the world. It is thus no surprise that when World Bank was ranking Indian states on the Ease of Doing Business Index, we have been consistently ranked as the #1 state, and our capital city of Hyderabad is ranked as the best city with the best quality of living by Mercer. The city today is home to 4 of the top 5 most valued tech companies in the world. That would include Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook. And if you also include the top 10, we also have Amazon, which has its largest base outside of the United States in Hyderabad.
It reflects the tremendous confidence that the business ecosystem has in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and also the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, the dynamic Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu. Today, Andhra Pradesh is rapidly growing, progressing under his clear directions across all dimensions, comprising of a welfare and inclusive development-driven society. Our Honorable Chief Minister has ushered in a paradigm shift in governance in the state. His clear message for all of us has been to handhold entrepreneurs from conceptualization to commissioning to marketing their products. As a state, we are committed to reducing risks for industry and lowering costs for doing business, while providing a strong industrial ecosystem for all of you. The state of Andhra Pradesh is blessed with a government with complete political stability, with a strong political mandate. The governments can drive decisions which are not short-sighted, but aim at creating a wonderful future in the extended term. This kind of stability of government has provided the confidence that the industry requires to thrive in the state, focusing on long-term sustainable growth. The state's consistent number of ranking 1 in ease of doing business is clear reflection of this confidence shown by the industries in the state. Andhra Pradesh today offers a bouquet of opportunities of investors across the board.
I think that's a valid question. Before I come to you, I think The way we're looking at it as a state is how do you incentivize farmers? How do you incentivize households? So can I have a power purchase agreement with them? So whatever energy they don't use, we end up paying back. So under the Honorable Prime Minister's program, Surya, which is rooftop solar for every house, that's the exact PPA, power purchase agreement we're doing with every citizen. And I think that's one of the simple mechanisms that we can create the incentive structure for greater adoption. To be fair, India has seen a rise in energy costs. And for every country to really become a developed nation, low cost of energy is going to be critical. So between solar, wind and pump storage, right, as of today, I don't know PSPA where it will be in the next 5 years, currently is viable. So at about 4 and 5 rupees a unit in Indian rupees, it actually makes sense. So I think tying the entire incentive structure, I think is going to be very, very critical in that sense. Coming to your point, yes, I think a lot of tall promises have been made. The Honorable Minister has also made very clear in the opening remarks. But I think time has come. I mean, look at what's outside. This is probably the greenest Davos that we have seen. It doesn't feel like Davos. Last night, that's the whole discussion we've been having. Things are changing. So we have to adapt to it. Otherwise, we will have tougher challenges. And if you look at natural calamities, it is going up. And insurance companies are running out of money. So we have to translate. So I think politicians are to be partially blamed for it, and not creating the vibrant ecosystem to enable it. So for me, what's exciting is mind to energy, and capturing the entire value of the ecosystem and understanding the role of human resource development, the role of real-time governance in the entire ecosystem. That I believe can enable India to leapfrog as a nation. Because we don't have a lot of the legacy issues that other countries have. So we never went through a personal computing phase. We just went to the smartphone phase. So I think this, even in energy, there's potential to leapfrog. Our grids can be far more robust. And Government of India mindfully is spending substantial amount of money building entire grid connectivity. And so I think that should solve both sides of the coin. It seems to be the buzzword. And various investments coming into that sector. Green steel. So I think, at least from India's context, is to set the policy straight. Yes, there are some subsidies required, but it's not over and beyond the physical challenges that any state or the federal government would have. That's one part. But the second part again is how do you make this the transition political resistant or resistant to politics, right? And that's going to be very, very important. So the way we look at it is how can we sell it to our electorate? And as a HRD minister, my focus is how do I create the next set of jobs that we don't even know in exactly which area they're going to come. So working with the industry, working with NGOs, collaborating with them, getting the curriculum, the whole 9 yards, and creating the next wave of jobs, I think is going to be very, very important to make it more resistant.